guess that's it. Yeah. Congratulations on episode 200, everybody. That's pretty fanciful. I think that's pretty great. Welcome back. I'm Rookzer0. I am a D&D character artist by trade. I make silly videos on the internet. But we've done 200 of these things. This is not including the Why You Should Play series, which you should absolutely go check out. And yeah. That's all I got. Today's the viewer suggestion, which we are going to jump to here real quick. Maybe? Oh no, did I mix up my title page? I guess this is the title page now. It's starting soon. So that's fun. 200 episodes in. We still don't know what's going on. It's great. I love it. Let's see if we can get some stuff going. So we're back in the Aggie.io software. I am hanging out in the Discord today. If you want to come hang out with me, you're very welcome to. Nebby, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Lots of work this week. Lots of art. Lots of fun stuff. All the Patreon members are always welcome to come hang out with me. If you haven't checked out the Patreon, please do so. Yeah, we've had some wonderful people helping us get to episode 200. Episode 200. Yay. Well, that's terrible. We'll work on that. We'll work on my penmanship some other day. We're going to draw rugby today for sure. We're going to draw an episode 200 rugby. And then we're going to do some viewer suggestions. So I don't have the YouTube. Flam, welcome. Nebby, welcome. Lincoln, welcome. What are your thoughts on Procreate? I've not used Procreate very much, mainly because I have a Wacom Cintiq and Photoshop. So those are the things I'm comfortable with. I use them a lot. Female Hobgoblin Artificer. We can do that, Nebby. I can do that for a character. Absurdly high quality rugby. Yeah, we can try that. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Running over Raptor. Welcome, by the way. Steampunk Goliath Artificer. Sure. I'm curious about the steampunk artificers because there's a lot of them. Like even Percy had the glasses, right? So I wonder if is that what the actual D&D art is that a lot of people see, or is that just something that fits really well together? Steampunk Goliath. No, not a Goliath. What is a Quaggoth? I gotta look that up. I don't know what that is. Lizard folk barbarian. I can do that. Let's start off with this rugby. Because if we don't start off with a rugby, then nothing makes sense. It is episode 200. So I feel like we should do something special with rugby, but maybe not. Maybe we just go super classic chunk rugby. Because I do enjoy a good chunk bee. I don't know if you all remember Jonas Hips. I mean, it's just Jonas. H.R. Johns. He's gone by many names on our stream. You should definitely go check out his Twitch channel. That's just Jonas Hips at Twitch. But helped me develop rugby a little long while ago. Rugby is our little mascot. He's a goblin wearing a bugbear rug that he found. Making himself look tough. He wears little feathers in his fur to make himself look better, like a parrot do. Because that's how parrots do. And if it's good enough for a parrot, it's good enough for a rugby. That's what I always say. Quaggoth. Yeah, I know that name. I just can't remember what it looks like. Some kind of demon, right? Someone school me in D&D. I'm thinking of a quasit. That's what I was thinking of. Just really big, creepy, tired rugby. He's been here for 200 episodes and he hasn't gone to sleep yet. Maybe we'll draw a few rugbies today. That could be really fun. The drow enslaved them from the Underdark, like a werewolf, kind of? Okay. Let's take a look. Now they're like weird Underdark bear humanoids. Link in the voice channel chat, like 20 seconds. Okay, awesome. I'll keep drawing this weird rugby. This is not a good 200 episode special rugby. We can't draw a strange, sad, depressed rugby. We gotta draw like a hyper, super amped rugby. I have, now that I've thought about it, and my brain is waking up, I got some really cool rugby emote stickers. If you've seen the Twitch chat, I have a few rugby emotes over there that I think are really great. And so I printed them off. I made stickers for them, so all the Patreon members will be getting those here in the coming weeks. But yeah, really fun. I think I'm gonna make a whole series of those, and I'll put those up on the website so people can order those if they want them. Just silly rugby smiling stickers. I feel like an artificer would make a good you should play this episode because there's lots of things mechanically and they just need to be worked out lore wise. Yeah, we talked about. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Like the artificer is kind of one of those weird things that. How do I say this? I don't think needed to exist. And hear me out. This is not a hot take. I think artificers are fine. But I think the reason that they do exist is because D&D 5th edition removed a lot of their crafting. Yeah. And so in 3rd edition and in Pathfinder, anybody with the right feats or with the right skills and proficiencies could craft magical items and just make anything. And in 5th edition, they really simplified it down to, if you want to make magical items, talk to your DM. It should take 1 day per 5 gold of cost. And that's it. That's the only rules they have in 5th edition for creating magical items. And it doesn't feel good. Because it's like, cool, I want to make the sword. Great, it's going to take you a year. It's going to take you a whole year to make said thing. And that's not fun. So I think that the artificer kind of came about because of that lack of creation, and they're like, okay, well, we'll make it a class, and people can make magical items on the fly with limitations, and it's like, that's kind of cool, but also just let people make magical items. Like, I'm totally fine with that. I love making magical items. It's super fun. So I don't know if the artificer necessarily needed to happen, because I really think a forge cleric is basically an artificer, right? It's an artificer subclass. Wizards should be able to make magical items and enchant items. Yeah, I mean, just crafters should be able to make something. So I think it could be something that we definitely talk about. But I think if we did do a why you should play artificer video, it would basically turn into a why you should make magical items. Yeah. Artificers let me play Ratchet and Clank. That's fair. That's the other cool thing about artificers is like robots, right? But in Pathfinder and 3rd edition, anybody could make robots. You just had to have enough money, time, and maybe a book of like an instruction manual. So that once again, it's a consolidation of something that anybody can do down to just half of being part of that class. And it's like, that's a bummer. Yeah, alchemy is great. I love the Pathfinder alchemist. Super cool. Once again, they're like, I don't know, we'll tack it onto artificer. It's like, but anybody can be an alchemist. Like, that's awesome. Why can't anybody be alchemy? So. Now they're Warforged. Yeah, Warforged aren't constructs, which is odd to me. I mean, they are, they aren't. They've changed the way that it works. So watch my Warforged video if you want my hot take on that. But yeah, So artificers are interesting. I really like them. They feel kind of like technology paladins. I guess it's the way I can think about them. The way I always think about them. But I really do feel like, if you have a wizard that wants to be able to craft stuff, yeah, they can't do it in combat on the fly like an artificer would, but they should definitely be able to make magical items. I think that should be a universal thing. I know how to use magic. I want to try to put that magic into this book. We're gonna go big old rugby ears today. I've got a few new videos in the works, by the way. Some of them are not why you should play videos. So keep your eyes out for that. Currently making my rook mask. I'll probably put that up as a video when it's done. So, hope people don't like that. That was one of my complaints. Yeah, I really liked Warforged being like the construct concept of like closer to an undead thing than an actual like living creature. Make whole. Do something like this. Those are interesting. They look like werewolf creatures. I will draw one of those. That'll be fun. That will be fun. Here you go. For the 200 episode special, I'll actually draw Rugby's feet like the way they're supposed to be drawn. The feet are not extra today. The feet are a given. Every character should have toes. The most detailed foot Rugby ever drawn. Hey! Oops. We should make like a Rugby coloring book. That would be pretty funny. Why you should color Rugby. Never gonna get away from that. Do it. Give him a really big muscular arm and one really small one. Jesse, I promised I would never draw Rugby with arms. So I can't do that. I'm sorry, but that is an ongoing promise that I'm gonna try to hold up. Because he's wearing a rug, so like his arms are in there somewhere. But it's episode 200. I can't break that promise now. Look at that dapper little goblin. It's his eyebrows. The eyebrows definitely make the Rugby. I'm sad Jonas isn't here for Rugby 200 special. He might show up. If he shows up, I'll show him Rugby. I think my drawing has vastly improved since episode 100. Speak of the devil. Jonas, it's episode 200. It's the 200th YouTube Discord and Draw. Yeah. It is a lot. Like, we had a lot of Twitch live streams too, so that kind of skews the results, but this is episode 200. There's a 200 episode playlist of Rookzer0 Draws hidden somewhere on the internet that most of the videos are not listed for. So if you want to go back and see the original creation of Rugby, you got to find it. It's a treasure hunt. But yeah, I think your original like kind of puppet, because we were originally drawing puppets, I think. I have done, yeah, I did do the bear with the catfish puppet. That was a pretty good one. Look at that dapper fellow. I like it. I like it a lot. I didn't recognize him without the eyebrows. Exactly, right? I was saying I wanted to show off my dapper rugby. And I'm sad you weren't here because it was a special rugby because he's got nice feet. That's it. I spent a little extra time on it. But it does look very different from the original rugby that we were drawing. What species is rugby? Rugby is a goblin. Rugby is a goblin wearing a bugbear rug. Hence the name. Someone turned a bugbear into a rug. Rugby decided that would be his new costume. So he's a fuzzy little goblin. He's a fuzzy little goblin. I think the original one you drew looked like this because it was a rug. Like, I don't think he really had a head. I think he had like a giant nose and then just the big ears. I think this is closer to the original sketch. You did. You went from like chunk bee to, yep, there we go. The buff bee is still pretty good. I need to make a buff bee emote for Twitch. That's probably going to be on my radar here in the next day or two. I still like proto rugby. Proto rugby is great. Multiplus, thank you for the tip. It is a double push-up weekday. So, thank you very much. I hope your week is going great. It is. I hope yours is going well as well. And I'm gonna do 20 push-ups. Here we go. 6, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. All right, let's get into these characters. We are drawing female hobgoblin. Let's do that. That'll be fun. But yeah, Jonas, I do still like super proto rugby. I kind of want to turn that into stickers. That's just the one you have down there, where he's just a brick. Yeah. His brick rugby is a good rugby. And then he's got feathers. He slowly actually gained a chin, which is pretty great. All right, female hobgoblin. Do I give them the sideburns? I think so. I think I have to. I think all hobgoblins have to have sideburns. Found a rugby in a corner? Nobody puts rugby in a corner. Yeah, you used to, like, when I used to have my hand is still here, but like when I used to have my hand in this spot, you would always draw little stupid stuff in the corner so I couldn't see it. And then I'd come back to I'd move my hand and be like, what did this happen? What's going on here? Still do that sometimes. Either way. Jonas, thank you for making 200 episodes possible. It's been a lot of fun. Hey, you were around. Yep. And that's all I ask. That's all I ask is that my friends are around sometimes. They don't have to be here all the time, but you know. Gotta be around sometimes. Hip, 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 hip. I was watching Inkling is another good streamer. Play. Oh, what was the game called? Shoot. What's the game company that makes Bastion? Super Giant? Giant Mega? Something like that? It's another one of their games. Super Giant. Okay. Yeah. There used to be, I don't know if they're still around, I should look that up. There's a great special effects company named Massive Black. And I always remember it because their logo is just a big black rooster. And I'm like, that's an innuendo, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Super Giant. Thank you. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. It's always weird when you remember parts of names. But I was watching this game that they made. And I'm like, why did I never play this game? This game looks amazing. And it does. It looks super, super good. It's got super great characters. And then, like, the game itself is like a basketball game. And I was like, what is happening? No wonder I didn't play this. I don't know, it's weird. I might have to start branching out into new game styles, new thoughts. Are you drawing on a tablet? By the way, love your videos. Awesome, thank you, Vessel. I totally read your name as Vessel of Calamari, which is awesome. But Vessel of Calamity is also good, so I like both of them. But I almost said of Calamari, and I'm sorry. Are you drawing on a tablet? I am drawing on a tablet. I'm using a Wacom Cintiq Companion, first edition. It's old. It's very old. The first edition don't have a lot of functionality as the new ones do, but it's still good. Still works really well. You can get them pretty cheap now, actually, because they are old. But yeah, it has done me right over the years. Done good for me. That sounded weird, but I was thinking the opposite of doing someone wrong. Done me wrong. Done me dirty. Hobgoblins, huh? I'm trying to think about hobgoblins here. You know, I was gonna do the sideburns, but maybe not. Maybe no sideburns. Maybe clean face. Yeah, I messed up and got the Wacom tablet without a screen. It sucks. I used one of those. What did I have? I used a Wacom Bamboo for years, and then I got the larger one. The Inspiration? No, that's not right. It's weird. It takes a little bit to get used to, but then it's really natural. I think Jonas still uses a non-screen tablet. It does indeed, as well as Druid. Druid does. Yeah, it's definitely different. So like I think if you want to get a tablet and you're starting out, maybe like a cheap. I think those are great because you're going to build up the same muscles. It's just you're going to have an eye disconnect, which is very weird to get used to, especially if you do a lot of like paper drawing. So I think that's the biggest step to overcome. Just kind of figuring out like, can you draw without looking at your own hand? It's like, no, I can't. You get used to it though. Yeah, just keep trying it. The other thing I can suggest, which maybe you didn't ask for my suggestion, so if you didn't, I'm sorry. But when you're working with that tablet, if you're working with a Bamboo or you're working with like a any other non-screen tablet, start really loose. Like, don't try to go in and draw your figures the way you normally do. Really, just get used to doing lots of practices and trying to find your Find your lines. Make sure you're doing your circle practices, which I don't know if people have done. Draw 2 circles and then try to draw a circle in between it. Then draw another circle and draw another circle in between it. And just try to really focus on making sure that your circles are uniform. Like they're not, you know, not... Try to make them as circular as possible, and then just try to connect them right at the points and still make it circular. Like it's pretty tough sometimes. Like, see, that one got a little wonky. Let's go like that. There we go. A little wibbly wobbly. And then same thing. Draw 2 dots, connect them. Draw 2 dots, connect them. Dot, connect, dot, connect. All these little things are going to help you start building those. That was a bad one. I can't go that far on the screen. That's funny. I have a comfort zone. I like drawing like right here. And when I start pushing the bounds, it gets weird. Things get weird. I love pencil and paper. The eye disconnect throws me off so much. Yep. The other thing you'll notice is that if you start doing that and stop doing pen and paper, it takes a little while to get back to it. Because they're different. They're different like muscle memories. So I still draw every day in my tablet, and I draw every day in my sketchbook, because I want to keep both of those, and they're a little bit different style both ways. So definitely keep at it. Don't get discouraged because you didn't get the screen tablet. Lots of professional artists still don't have screen tablets. It's just a thing. It's just a different muscle set. It's like painting. My ability to paint is poop because I don't practice it. And even now, every now and again, I will still use that tablet whenever I'm on my desktop, because the Cintiq Companion does not connect to the computer. It's its own thing. And if you get like a Surface and you want to use Procreate on an iPad or something, those are good too. But they're different. They feel different, every single one of them. Don't get discouraged. Screen tablets are terrible for posture. They can be, yeah, definitely. I've had to build one of the desks, like an easel desk, to combat that, because yeah, I can't stand drawing looking down at the desk. So that really screws up my back. Luckily, a lot of the nicer, like the Wacoms usually come with a backboard or some kind of stand, because of that. So, which is one of the reasons I like Wacom, but you can put anything on a stand. I am drawing a Hobgoblin Ranger. I think it was supposed to be a Ranger. I hope it was supposed to be a Ranger. Corvus. How about Baku? I don't know what Baku is. Is that the elephant demon? I'll have to look that up. What was I talking about with Supergiant? Oh yeah, super good character design. Super good character design. Lots of big masks. There's a lady with giant horns who's super beefy, which is dope. Makes me think of Yasha. Yasha's great. Might give her a spear. I want more rangers to use like javelins or spears instead of bows. I think that would be fun. Yeah. The fighter might have a better edge with that. But at the same time, if you're doing like a homebrew variant, I could definitely see any bow skills you swap out for like javelin skills. Maybe take some of those fighter feats. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so still good. Still good. Bows are just optimal. Yeah, bows are just optimal. Can you draw a way of the Tum Tum Monk Otter? Maybe smashing something or someone against their iron Tum Tum? We can look into that. We can do an Otter folk. Since He-Man Revolutions is coming out in less than a week, can you get Skeletor with D&D aesthetic increased 10 times? I don't usually do fan art, but I do like drawing skulls. We can do like a Necromancer. Necromancer. Yep, that's the trick with Fan Art Fridays. Jeez, I love it. So good. Dang it, Jonas. So good. Always so good. Last year in May or March. That sounds about right. Rugby's only been around for a year? Oof. He's just a baby boy. More square, bigger ears. Yeah, I think the first time we were drawing him, like, I was drawing him like this and then putting his nose, like, all the way up here. And he's just like, he's gone a little more derp, which I'm totally okay with. Yep. I'm spending a lot of time on this hobgoblin. Probably shouldn't do that. We got a lot of things to draw today. A lot of things to draw. Let's see, what else we got? After this, we have a steampunk Quaggoth? Uh-oh. Oh, Lizard Barbarian. I wrote down, it looks like head. It looks like head barbarian because the H-I-Z kind of blended into an H, or the L-I-Z. Lizard Barbarian, Baku, Otterfolk, and Necromancer. Skulls are fun. Yes, they are. I love skulls. I'm also excited for He-Man Revelations. I hope that's good. The He-Man universe is super weird because it's kind of like future punk. It's very good. I guess. Yeah. That's true, yeah. Like, you don't have to stop and kind of rationalize everything. You just kind of go with the flow. Yeah, suspension of belief. Disbelief? Whatever it is. I get what you're saying. Yeah, suspension of disbelief. That makes sense to me. You know, philosophical is okay sometimes. Yeah, I think Jonas, I think you're right. If like a show can not worry about making itself have to be 100% believable all the time, I think things have to make sense. Like, at least in their world, yeah. So I think consistency is kind of more important than 100% rationality. You don't like the fourth wall breaking? Yeah, I think that. Sure. What was it? There's a. Oh man, the new DuckTales. If people haven't watched the new DuckTales, I highly recommend it. The one with David Tennant. It's so good. They do a really good job. There's an episode where they get trapped in a TV program, and it's really funny. It's really funny. Has anyone seen the fourth wall of this room? Well, of course this room has 4 walls. Have you looked at it? And they all just turn and stare at the camera. It's like, oh shit. They're all looking at the audience. It's great. I love it. Lots of really good subtle humor. Okay, yeah, Corvus, I got you. We'll draw the Baku, it's like the weird elephant demon thing. I love it. Oh, it was supposed to be an artificer? I'm sorry, I thought it was supposed to be a ranger. That's my bad. We'll give her a goggle. We'll give her some goggles. She can still use a spear as an artificer. We'll give her. It's a gun spear. It's just, yeah. We'll give her like a blunderbuss. There we go. It's a blunderbuss spear. Those existed. Shut up. She did. She invented it. That's a good point. Gun axes. Yeah, that's fair. And then I guess we'll make this, instead of leather, we'll make it plate or something. Oh, we'll just give her a chainmail. We'll give her a chainmail shirt here. Everything else kind of works. I have spent way too long on this, though. I need to get going. We'll give her a big old gauntlet. I think that'll be the fun part. We'll give her a big old gauntlet here. Just like, we'll really beef it out. Da, 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 da. Yep, Bo Burnham's gonna come and smack me in the face. Darn it, YouTube. Blunderbuss's axe are a real thing. Yeah, absolutely. Put some tech on the spear, and we'll give it like a circuit board. Some wires. Maybe a button. We'll put a button right here. It's got a button on it. There we go. See, that's the thing that bothers me about the artificer, is that the artificer is still using magical spells, and it's like, I think the idea is you're supposed to wish that away. You're supposed to wish it away, but like, at the end of the day, the artificer is just, it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that is why it's super steampunky. I don't know what I've done to this. We're gonna make it a hammer. I'm gonna turn it into a hammer. Alright, I think that's what we're gonna call it there. Give it a pointy ear. Big, big eyes. Tiny nose. Yarr. Yep, I think that's it. I think that's good. And we'll give her like she's got a wrench in her hair. Why not? She got a spanner in her hair. A spanner in her bun. That sounds weird. I hope that's not a euphemism that I don't understand. Don't be putting spanners in anybody's buns. Bun. Hair bun. Let me clarify that. Have you ever heard the War of Ryuba comic thing? I don't think I have. I don't think I have seen that. Oh, man. I would need context. I guess that sounds really familiar, but I do not. I can't put it together in my head. Oh, is that... That's not the Berserk thing, is it? Is that what we're talking about? Quagoth. Quagoth steampunk. Are they all artificers today? Maybe I screwed that up. Nope, just an... Okay, so it is a steampunk artificer. All the artificers. Why can't everybody just... Actually, I think there were a few days when we just did nothing but barbarians, now that I think about it. Someone throw me a War of Ryuba picture in voice channel chat so I can see what we're talking about. I'm really bad with names. Really bad with names. Oh, okay. You're talking. Okay, so it's the art war. Is that what you're talking about? Okay, awesome. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. Yeah. That I did show that off. I did not remember that that's what it was called. I was just looking at that the other day again. It looks pretty awesome. I thought about doing that, but I don't want to promise something and then not have time to do it. I'm going to lean really heavy into this reference to get this face right. And then we're gonna shift this up a little bit though. We're gonna have him building a robot boy. Just have him building a gur. Just gonna have him tinkering with this giant, meaty, weird monster paws. I guess they're not weird, they're just longer than I'd expect them to be. Very judgmental of me, not cool. I'd like to apologize to all the people with long fingers out there. Hands are hard. I want to join, but I'm quite nervous. Yeah, you know, I get that. I totally get that. Alchemist could be a subclass for Artificer, or even cooler subclass for Wizard. Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Isn't there not a Alchemist, or is that only in the? Maybe it's only in Unearthed Arcana right now. I think there isn't. Yeah. Okay. So there isn't. There is a subclass for it right now. Yeah. So definitely check that out. I'm not sure which book that's in though. I have to look that up. Is it Airborne? Airborne. What? I thought it was an Unleashed Arcana, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe they just added some stuff to it. I highly suggest checking out the Pathfinder Alchemist. And just, I love that. It's so much fun making potions and stuff. It's pretty close. It's not pretty close. It's on the same vein, I think, is a better way to look at it. Because you can eventually make like infusions with your potions and then give those to other players, which is super fun. Which is kind of where the Alchemist or the Artificer is going, but just happens in a weird roundabout way. Give him goggles. Every time someone wants me to draw an alchemist or an artificer, I need to give them the goggles. It's just part of the kit. It's part of the kit, you know. Was this the steampunk? Do I need to give him a little top hat? Does that make it steampunk? Yep, that sounds about right. It looks like a flower. I'll make it a little sharper. That didn't help at all. It still looks like a flower. I tried to make a lot of diesel punk, which is basically just, instead of doing like Victorian designs, I did a lot of denim and grease stains. Trying to make everything look really dirty. I guess Mad Max is kind of a diesel punk thing, but it's also apocalyptic, so it kind of doesn't work. Yeah. I think the punk setting is always supposed to be... I guess the punk setting denotes that there's a source of power to rebel against. And it determines where that authority comes from. So it's like steampunk. Steam is, you know, unlimited power, and that's where all the what creates society. So diesel punk, like, it's just fleets and fleets of giant diesel flying ships spewing gas into the earth, spewing clouds of smoke into the air. It was a fun concept to do for a school project. Looked like yeah, it was. What is diesel punk? Yeah. There you go. I got it. Read that a little late. That's my bad. Solar punk, yeah. Solar punk is a good one. Yeah, I mean it's all kind of the same, you know. It's just a matter of shifting your concepts. Put his little arms down here. Why am I drawing so much? Gur is just fun to draw because he's just shapes. Whoa. Well, cyberpunk. I'm trying to remember what the original term generated from. Yeah. But things like I think steampunk came first is what what I was getting at, because of like Wild Wild West and I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up again. But yeah, Neuromancer is a great example of steampunk or cyberpunk. The Matrix. You also have Blade Runner. Yep, Blade Runner, which is great. I love all those things, but yeah, steampunk I think is just, there's some really cool aesthetics that people hooked into it, and they really go for it. I'm a big cyberpunk fan, so like lots of LEDs, smooth glass. I love it. Whereas like the Victorian look for steampunk, I'm less interested in. Not that it's bad. I love gears, but I like gears that mesh with each other, not just like random gears. It always drives me crazy. I spent a lot of time when I was working on my undergraduate or my associate's degree in design. I spent a lot of time figuring out how to program digital gears. Like, can you make gears actually mesh in an animation? And I figured out how to do it, and it was awesome. But now I have this tick wherever I see a show and the gears aren't meshing, they're just like spinning next to each other. It's like, what are those gears for? Why would you put that there? Drives me up the wall. So that's my own proclivities, though. All right, there. I think that's this. He's given some tools in his pocket. He's just building this little robot. Well, it's just Gur. It absolutely is just Gur. Take that, Erkins. I'll build my own robots. That's fun. Those guys are cool. I like those. They're kind of like feral bugbears. I'll have to look into them more. It's pretty interesting. Lizard folk barbarian. We're gonna make this guy so beefy. so much beef that people don't think he's a lizard. That's the plan. I think I have a habit of making my lizard folks look like Dragonborn, and my Dragonborns look like lizards. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's a different style, I guess, which is good. I like that it'll pop out a little different. Cyberpunk came with the first Blade Runner movie. Steampunk is old. Yeah. Like Edge Rice Burroughs writing Princess of Mars. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I'd go with that. It was just science fiction. That's a fair argument. I think a good way to look at that, a good way to look at it would be that think about things like Mary Shelley, writing Frankenstein and that era of science fiction, right? I think that's where the steampunk aesthetic came from, because people were trying to recapture that kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like Victorian England, with this high fantasy. And so when they rewrote it, they tried to capture that nostalgia and that area of time. And I think that kind of, I don't want to say influence, maybe influence is the right word, but that, yeah, we can say influence that type of writing. And I would definitely say that's a good starting point for trying to figure out where steampunk came from. Because then you have things like The Wild Wild West, which is a comic book about a space cowboy, which, oh, that sounds familiar. You know, James Bond, but with weird steam-powered trains. It's all science fiction. It's just there are very specific types of science fiction. Like, oh, hey, what if we're in Victorian England and people have super laser cannons? It's like, okay, cool. Guess what? That's probably steampunk, because how are their laser guns work? Oh, steam, because they don't have lithium batteries yet. Right? Like that's really all it is. And I think the punk denotation does set it up, or it's at least supposed to set it up to be a like anti-establishment book, whereas things like Princess of Mars and Frankenstein are very much not. The world has been taken over by this thing. It's kind of individualized characters dealing with stuff. Yeah, genres are just helped in classifying, so it's not worth fighting about whether or not something is or isn't something. If you're ever trying to take something out of a category, it's like, just stop. It's like, it's fine. Go to the broader sense. Like, is this steampunk? Does it matter? No, it's science fiction. That's fine. Do you enjoy it? Yes. Then it doesn't matter if it's science fiction or not. Just enjoy it. The only time you need to really do that is if you're talking academically. Wow, this guy is super beef, but he's not. It's not unique. It's just a big beefy body with a lizard head. I'm gonna start over. That didn't do anything interesting. I just got distracted drawing muscles. Okay, have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. Rah. Says the pose is boring, instantly redraws it again. That's a great robot. Now everyone on Princess of Mars inspired campaigns. Thanks, Barbers. Thanks, Barbarian, Red Martial, Artificial Human Fighters, and so on. Blasting someone with concentrated hot steam. Yeah, oh yeah. What would be a cool base? That would be a cool base for like an Android. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Steam based. I've had a few people ask for like Steam based Warforged. Oh yeah, no, Steam has been around forever. Well, so yeah, the Steam machines that I have seen, Jonas is commenting that Steam Power has been around forever. One, manufacturing, right? So every piece has to be handcrafted. Two, they don't have a consistent form of metallurgy that is repeatable. Like, all types of metal and alloys were so heavily guarded by a lot of different governments that a lot of people couldn't, like, oh, a good example, glass, right? The reason that there were only so many really good astronomers, like really high def, was because they wouldn't share how glass was made, how to make optical glass, and so a lot of people just couldn't get into astronomy, period. And so with the steam power, yeah, like one or two small inventions were made, but then like they wouldn't share how they made it, how to make the pressures right, how they got the steam purified. And so it was, the technology wasn't shared, I guess is where I'm getting to. And technology not being shared, it was just hoarded and then not utilized for a long time. Why can't I draw lizards today? Blah. Jonas, help me. I keep saying that. It's just like, I have no idea what I need. What's a good lizard face? What you're doing? Square head shape. That's pretty dope, actually. I might. I'm gonna do like almost like a beak. Not quite a beak though. We'll do an eye here. 2. Yep, square was good. Good call. Square worked out. Yeah. Depends on the lizard you're looking at. Most lizards' heads look like this. There's some variation of it. Blah. Very flat. Elites are my favorite reptile base. Like from Halo? Because yeah, that's super good. I like that. Start with the lizard part and focus less barbarian aspects of it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Focusing too much on the beefy barbarian. Yeah, King. That's Jonas made a point of, doesn't know if that makes a difference. I think a lot of that's aesthetics. So unless you want to switch out like a crocodilian having a bite attack, so would a monitor lizard. like so yeah, I think you could definitely make some variations there, and I would allow pretty much all of those in any of my campaigns. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep. Yeah, just Jonas is suggesting you look at it as a template, regardless of what class you pick or race you pick, and then just decide, hey, I want to do this. I did a couple things like that with the, like the Luxodon video, right? There's like, oh, it's just elephants. It's only elephants. It's like, well, what about mammoths? Like, you could definitely do like a woolly mammoth, and that's, yeah. And even with frogs, like the Gripply or the Grund, like you could do poison dart frogs. You could do bullfrogs. All that stuff is definitely open to you. Don't feel like just because it's not directly in the book, you can't do it. Always talk to your DM about it, because D&D is supposed to be open-ended, right? I mean, I honestly think we were talking about the Artificer. I think that's why they did that. They basically wanted to remove the restrictions and complexity of like, okay, here's exactly how you craft magical items. It's like, no, fuck it. Here's one rule. It costs money. Okay, have fun. Like, I think that's all they put in the book. And like, let your DM figure out everything else. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we got a beefy lizard boy. I was gonna make him have like this big claw, but I think I might just do like a fist. Big old fist. Just a punch in your face. What is that from? That might be a Game Grumps thing. I tend to fixate on Game Grumps stuff. Yeah. I really like Game Grumps. I'm sad that Jacksepticeye has not come out with another meme time. I need that cure for sadness, yo. Jacksepticeye is a special flavor of of YouTube video. Yeah, I like Markiplier too. I'd like a caffeinated Irishman to yell at me for a little while, please. Do I have the YouTube channel for you? Interesting. This hand is actually, I'm like really interested in finishing this hand now. It's a little off. Something is wrong about it. I'm gonna try to fix it. It's not rotating enough. Yeah, it's just getting weirder and weirder. I think I keep changing the perspective on it. Oh my god, this arm is so beefy. Look at this. Look at this giant beefy arm. Lizards don't have a lot of fat. They just don't. Tastes like chicken. Yeah, they don't store. Oh, we taste like chicken. Long pig. I've decided I'm not going to draw hands today. What if instead of barbarian, he's just got like giant claw hand? Barbarian of barbarian of sharp claws. Is the beast barbarian? I was trying to make it into a weapon, but I couldn't remember what it's called. She's got Wolverine claws. Why claws when you can KO someone with your fists, right? I mean, like, that's the great way. Can lizard folks breed with bird folk to make dinosaur folk? That's not how evolution works, so no. That's not how that would work at all. Yeah. There were some avian dinosaurs, but those are a very specific type. Yeah, they are separate. They are separate types of creatures. Let's give them this shape. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna give him a really quickly drawn hand, and we're gonna give him a big old axe that's off screen because it's so big. There we go. Sorry I'm drawing in most of the space today, Jonas. Didn't someone say that like Stegosauruses and Tyrannosaurus Rex live farther apart than we do to T-Rexes? I think that's right. Welcome, welcome, Noobish Core. How are you liking the name change? You happy with it? You want to go back to Dalcor? All right, there's the. Oh wait, it's a barbarian. We gotta put some tattoos on here. I like paint. Actually, I really like the. Yeah, that's true. How do you tattoo scales? We're gonna put some like big old meaty paw prints on here. Just get like enamel spray paint. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, right? That's super weird. I still love that thought of like, why the hell is there a cowboy and a cowboy and a mummy fighting a, or is that cowboy and a knight fighting a mummy? It's like those all existed in the same time. That makes way more sense than a lot of other stuff. You can get tattoo scales the same as skin. Only problem is they would shed off. I mean, but it's keratin-ish though, isn't it? I mean, can you tattoo your fingernails? Is that a thing you can do? Did that break people? Was that something I shouldn't have said? Is that a? I as well, yeah. If any of you have ever used an industrial sewing machine, be careful with those. Yeah. Yeah, I think lizard folk it makes more sense to do paint and mud. Like there's some really good dye paints that like dry, not crusty. That doesn't make sense, but from an artistic standpoint, it does. So we're gonna go with that. That looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna call that good. Abaku. Let's draw this thing. You can paint nails. Yeah, you can paint nails. Yeah, like I'm saying, enamel's the way to go. I have my dinosaur folk yet. I will have my dinosaur folk yet. I mean, you could just have dinosaur folk. I don't know why you have to breed it from two non-dinosaur creatures. But you could just have dinosaurs. Yeah, I mean, there are dinosaurs in the game, and the lizard folk is a great base for that to start with, and then just, you know, whatever, find your dinosaur you want to use, and take whatever their cool ability is and give that to the lizard folk. Good to go. Raptor folk can be a thing. Why not? Stegofolk would be pretty funny. I'm assuming you don't want a derpy Baku, but maybe you do. I think I might do a derpy Baku because that sounds amazing. I'm not like insulting. Oh, gross. Your unnecessary outrage, Dalcor, seems insincere. Please tone down the privilege. Yeah. Jonas wants an insight check. I love that as a DM. Yeah. I love looking to people that like say really bad lies, and I just ask them like, "Are you gonna use your passive deception, or do you want to roll that?" And they'll, "I want to roll it." It's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Isn't dinosaur folk just dragonborn? I don't think there were any dinosaurs that breathe fire, but I don't know that. I can't prove that for sure. So, if that's the way you wanna rule it in your own games, more power to you. I mean, yeah, but then it's just a lizard folk again. If you remove the dragon breath from a dragonborn, it's just a lizard folk. So. Yep, you could do that. Here you go. Green dragonborn dinosaur folk confirmed because spit. Just because they breathe fire. That doesn't mean they're better. I mean, like, think about it. If you made a T-Rex folk, maybe you could swallow people whole, as long as they're one size smaller than you. Oh no, we've accidentally put yeah, just give them the strong body. I think some lizard folk have the strong jaw feet, but like if you went T-Rex, I would definitely up the bite. I would definitely up the bite damage, like a D12 or something. Oh yeah, no, I don't need to tell people how to put freaking Vor into D&D. That's their own time. That's not my jam. What kind of character do you want to make? I just want to eat everything. It's like, okay. Barbarian devourers. Why are we talking about this? Let's just move on. It does look like a Muppet. Nice. Brah, thank you very much. Oh, that's 40 push-ups. I gotta go do push-ups. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for making this channel possible, keeping us afloat. Let me get this little dude's arms finished real quick, and then I will go do those push-ups. Brian, do you have a suggestion you'd like to see sketched today? Jordan, welcome. All right, 40 push-ups. Can I do it? Can it be done? Let's find out. One. 16, 17, 19, 20, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 30. 10 more. Here we go. 2, 3. Wow. Okay. Woo. T-Rex folk. They have no arms. Well. Triceratops for TMNT. Yeah, that's a good point. Gotta breathe. I do them real fast. I'm real fast at the push-ups. I don't know if I told you guys this story. It's kind of a flex, so if you don't want to hear me boast about stuff, you know, it's fine. I went to do some like I'm just gonna do some free weights real quick while I'm watching TV. And so I grabbed my free weights and I started pumping them. I'm like, man, my left arm is just fucked up today. Like, why can't I do this? And then I put my weights down and I realized that I had grabbed a 35 and a 25. And so I was just like, oh, well, shit. So it wasn't that my arm was fucked up. I was just being dumb. So I had to counter it out by doing it backwards. I'm still sad because I want to get back up to 45 pounds on curls. But I think it's going to take me a while. Why can't I lift weights like I did when I was 19? That doesn't mean not fair. Okay, there you go, Corvus. There's your whatever this was called. A Baku. It definitely looks like a Muppet. One way or the other. The only thing I know about Yokai Watch is that they invaded my Final Fantasy realm a while back, and I did not care. Everybody just started flying around on giant sperm, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You have the shiny sperm mount. I don't know who decided, like, yes, this should be our mascot. Hooray, let's do it. It's like, nope. Bad. It's a ghost. It's not. It's really not. Okay. Suggestions. Snail sorcerer. Some people, well, I'm writing it down. We'll do a snail sorcerer. Snail. Get off my leaf. Yeah, you whippersnappers. All right, Otterfolk Monk. Here we go. Just because you eat the slug doesn't give you slug powers. I just want to if anything, it makes you a snail, like, war criminal. Ah! There was a lot of snails drawn. Didn't we talk? What? I'm trying to remember why there were so many snails drawn. Snail Knights. There was a specific reason why people drew Snail Knights. All right, someone wanted a Way of the Tum Tum Otterfolk. Smashing something on his tum-tum. I think... What if it's a radioactive slug? What if it is a radioactive slug? How does that... Oh, if you eat a radioactive slug, you become Slug Man? Maybe. Could be a sumo wrestler. Infinite mucus, I just said. Oh no, am I a slug person? I don't know if I have allergies or just am part slug. That's the... Yep. The answer is yes. Alright, so hear me out. You're just going to have to roll with this for a second. Trust in the process. Otters have such tiny eyeballs. And giant mouths. This is going to be the most angry otter folk I've ever drawn. Was it a joke? Was it a joke that I missed? I didn't know there were otter people in D&D. Somebody, get Pendergrass the link to to the Otterfolk video. Also, I made it on D&D Beyond, so if you want to use my Otterfolk race, it should be available. Just look up Rookzer0 Artwork, and you should be able to play it as a playable race. I should put that link on. With a short neck, it looks... Oh, that's what I did. You're right. You're right. I made his neck too short. Thank you. I was like, he looks like a chipmunk. I made his head too big, too. Yeah. There we go. That looks way better. I thought something looked funny, but you guys called it out, and I like it. That looks so much better. And then we're just gonna give him super abs. Did it not post? Maybe you guys can't post links. Yeah, I'm betting it probably flagged it and is waiting for my approval. So let me probably have that turned off. I will post the link because I'm allowed to do that. Poop poop poop. I don't get that reference. No, is it? Okay, so here's the idea, is that his abs are so strong it just shatters shells and stuff. Wah! So he's just like slapping his tum-tum. We'll put some ghost hands right here. Just give him super strong abs. No, you know, it's an iron tum-tum. It's not abs. Otters don't have abs like abs. They do, but like people muscles are different than otter muscles. I break you on my tum-tum like so. There we go. I don't know why I keep making that whip sound. I just feel like that's what it would sound like if an otter was slapping their tum-tum. Be right back, fellas. And the little clams over here just like, oh no, sad face. Just get slapped out of his shell. But bam! I need to give them little hands because they have little hands. Little hands that will make them cute and creepy. They're not raccoon hands, but they're hands. Tap, tap, tap. Belly slapping sounds like pat pat pat. Yeah, exactly. Pat. We'll make the clam just cursing. It's like, ah, flap. Give him a tattoo as well because I think it's fun. Give him a little like some designs here. I think that's great. I think that's good. I think that's a good... I'm sorry that was so quick compared to everything else, but I've drawn a lot of otters. I've done lots of otters. Very fun. I did almost do a gopher person. You know, that happens. All right, Necromancer, Skeletor, right? Like that was the. It's definitely not Skeletor, but Necromancer. All right, so we're gonna draw basically an undead sorcerer. Yes, me man. Brah! I don't know what you just said, but it sounded terrifying. Eat the pizza. What the fuck? Oh boy, I have not seen this. I will watch that later. I will watch it later. Okay. Gotcha. Is it super short? All right, I'll watch this. I'll watch this He-Man animation. Hold on. All right. Soul Calibur. Okay, I understand. I understand the joke now. That was good. It's a good joke. It's a good one. All of my He-Man references are not appropriate because they're Bam Margera inspired. God, do you guys remember Bam Margera? Holy crap. Don't worry about it. The destruction of MTV, like in a nutshell right there. I remember when MTV had music on it, so that's a thing. Yep. Yep. And then they were like, what if we made a free version of MTV where we played music again? And everyone was like, yay! And they're like, okay, cool, people are watching this, let's put reality TV on it again. It's like, no! Stop it. We don't get it. When we start putting when we start putting reality TV on it, people stop watching the show. I'm very confused. We'll trick them. We'll trick them again. Trick them into watching music videos. And then... this is game shows. Yeah. Survivor is not reality TV. Survivor is just a really weird game show. Yeah. Yeah, those aren't. Well, I mean, like, it's because they start blurring the lines, right? Like, so things like... All right, here's the thing. So look at oh shoot, what's it called? Big Brother. Like Big Brother is like, oh, reality TV. It's like, this is one, not a real situation. Two, people know they're being recorded, and three, like followed around by producers. So none of this is real. Everything is a lie. So like, but all of that counts as reality TV. So it's the same argument versus things like Chopped or. Chopped is different than Hell's Kitchen. Those are two very similar concepts, but Chopped is a game show versus Hell's Kitchen, which is, once again, not real, fake situation, following people around with cameras. Like, it's... Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, those are still very similar, but Hell's Kitchen is reality TV in its genre, which is really weird. Oh yeah, British Hell's Kitchen is great. It's so good. Yeah. Yep. It's weird. Same thing with Kitchen Nightmares. The UK Kitchen Nightmares is so good. The American Kitchen Nightmares is it's bananas. It's like, I'm never eating out ever again. All right, I'm gonna make a really chunky Skeletor here. This is a gnome. This is a gnome skeletal. It's just nothing but just cloak. 100% cloak. Somebody was telling me about their character on excuse me, on YouTube, in the YouTube comments. They were talking about their character was an undead character, and the only way they could heal was to like find other skeletal parts and put them on. And I was like, that's great. I love it. I think that's fun. Well, that's what I call a chin. Chad's chin. Legally distinct skeleton man who says, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not Skeletor. Yeah, Divinity kind of, like, the poison was necrotic damage. It's just weird instead of nature damage. It's like, what's happening here? What is happening here? Yep. I think they were trying to remain nondescript and unique, and it's just like, stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Yep. Yep. And I think that people, game designers, run into that when they're like, hey, remember that cool thing, like skeletons taking damage from holy damage and being healed by necrotic damage? That's cool, but we can't do that. So we'll just do it with different names. And it's like, but those names already existed. What are you doing? Like, it's like either do something completely different or just like stick to your guns. I've run into that with a few times with some of my friends developing stories and games. They're like, we're going to use this monster. I'm like, that monster already exists and it's something completely different. Like, yeah, but the name is cool. And it's like, that's not how that works. Like, like all of a sudden, if you're going to act and call something like a goblin or a ghost or a will-o'-the-wisp and then have it be like a giant bunny, it's like, all right, that's weird. That's weird. Like, yes. Let's see. Speaking of undead, do you think a race that originated from the negative energy plane is originally enough? Like, they were all nightshades, come from the Nightwalkers, etc. There are a couple of those. There are a couple of Shadow Realm races, as well as Shadow Elves. Like, any of the monsters that come from the Shadow Realm are basically that. So, I mean, like, I don't think you... Asking if it's original enough, I think that's too subjective of a question. A better question would be, like, what's its intent? If you want a creature that originated in the Shadow Realm, go for it. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know. I can't answer that. Is it original enough? Because that's not a... Yeah, that's not a defined enough question. Could be a cool idea, though. You could do that. Ah! There we go. Okay, there's my mini Skeletor. Not Skeletor. Was he supposed to be a sorcerer? I just wrote Necromancer down. But I think that's pretty good. We'll give him a pizza. For Jonas. We'll give him a pizza. Pizza. Mind Flayers from Stranger Things. Yeah, exactly. Cough, cough, Mickey Mouse. Okay, well, let's pause. You just... the fuck are you talking about? You just hit us with the third thought process and not the original, so... Okay, so you're basically, the challenge was to take something that has a character that has not been animated before, and basically simplify them for animation. Okay, they still have to be recognizable as that character, but they need to be simplified for animation. Okay, that's a good challenge. Yeah, I guess. So you're saying the animation has to be non-commercial, right? So like, because like I've seen 1,000 animations of Ruby Rod, right? Like, people love animating Ruby Rod. Oh yeah, like he's so animated. Oh, dude, look it up. It's so good. They're so good. I think I've also seen, but that's what I'm saying. So like, still to define your question. So, for your question, because I'm pretty sure there is a Fifth Element in 60 seconds animation, right? So, if that breaks your rules, it doesn't. Like, you can't do it, right? But at the same time, they have not made a Fifth Element animated series to my knowledge. But yeah, not in an official capacity. So I think that would be fine. And yeah, Zord would be a great thing to animate. There are definitely... Yeah. Yep. Somebody shoots the guy. Oh, Cobra Downs. Freaking love Ruby Rod. It's a really good movie. It doesn't. which has been animated a billion times. So, I mean, but that's a good, yeah, that's a good example. I think what you're running into, though, is like, it's iconic to you. So the question is, I mean, I think you're, see that, right. And so what I'm saying is, yes, I think The Fifth Element is a great movie to use for that challenge because it is a very popular movie and it's very stylized. It has a very unique style. Whereas if you drew, hell, even if you drew like, I'm trying to think of a movie like, the Judge Dredd movie would be cool. Right. Like, unless you did a really good caricature, it would just be a dude, right? Like, that's a good example. Yeah, because at that point, you're just drawing the actor and not the character, right? Yeah. And so I think Zord is interesting, but just because it's famous to you might not mean that it's recognizable to everybody. So it might also be good to like go back and see like what are some of the most famous movies of the last 50 years. Like, would Pulp Fiction, could you draw a character from Pulp Fiction and then, yeah, would they get it from that movie though? Is the question, because yeah, Samuel L. Jackson in a suit, it's like, well, that might be Pulp Fiction. Could also be a lot of other movies. Right. Yep. And I think that's the point. Is they didn't want people to grab Marvel movies because they have animated. But I feel like maybe Jurassic Park, like draw John Hammond from Jurassic Park, people might get that. Yeah. Right. Brendan Fraser from The Mummy. Yep. Kill Bill would be fun. I think they animated that for the movies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about Corvus. Life not important, only survival. Aziz, light! So good. So fucking good. Thank you, Aziz. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that would be fun. There was. Yeah, that's a tough challenge, but at the same time, like I think you're in a good headspace for it. Pew! All right. There's a wizard. Can people from YouTube comments also send drawing suggestions, and are they restrictions? Yeah, so usually it's yeah, you can. You definitely can. It's a D&D stream, even though I am drawing a giant snail right now. Usually it's a wizard snail. The idea is that you give me a character, like a class race combo, and that's about it. So like very, very simple, very generic. Usually one sentence, no pets, no weapons. Because I have had people like, okay, so here's my orc. He rides a wolf. He's got 15 swords. And I'm like, that's a full-blown commission. You owe me $150. So, yeah. But you're very welcome to give me a quick suggestion if you'd like to be drawn. I'm actually done after that. So, We have 15 minutes. I can probably take one or two more. This snail is too long. He needs to be a lot squished-er. That looks great. What are you talking about? I know. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'll definitely do a Slime Barbarian. I think that's a great one. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're. I think maybe one, don't worry about it being that close. And two, I think the real challenge behind the prompt is the simplification. Like even the thing that Corvus posted, right? I don't remember what those guys are called, but like trying to draw that. Yeah, I think that's the challenge, right? So like you drawing something, just they don't want you to, I'm gonna draw it like Futurama. It's like, why would you? That's not the challenge. The challenge is for you to come up with your own style for it, I think. Right, but that's what I'm saying. So like grabbing all of the cast of Game of Thrones and drawing them in the Simpsons animation style is like, that's not what they want. That's been done. People have done that. So, but drawing all the guys from Game of Thrones in your own style, I think that's what they want. So like, even though it's been in animation, they don't want you to just do that. They don't want you to draw it like it's been done. Or if someone's done it in that style, don't do that. They want you to see what you can come up with to create your own shorthand for that character. All right, Slime Barbarian. Here we go. Jonas, Slime Barbarians. Slime Barbarian, go. It just says Slime Barbarian. There's no specification. Do it. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I like to think that slime people are like really tall because they're like, oh, people are standing up. They got to be really tall. But then they got all that goo. Yeah. I'm drawing a slime girl. Shut up. Don't barbarian shame me. I only have one slime person I know how to draw. Yep. Shame. Somebody horny bonk someone. I love that term. The meme is so funny. I don't think I use it right though. The horny bonk meme. It's like, stop it. Oh yeah, no, like Ruby Rod is super annoying, but he's a great character. Like, the Pompadour. Jonas, I think I might have stolen this mask from you. I think I've done this before. Because I usually put the skull in the goo. This one very much feels like it's on the outside. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jonas has drawn this before. Blah, 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 blah. That's a thing that's happened to you? That sucks. Are you mad? Oh yeah, no, DeviantArt is a terrible place. I was gonna say, like, if you want Rugby back, I'll give you Rugby back. I will make a new character, and my channel just crashes and burns. People do like the Luxodon. Yeah, I think it's because I think I'm literally the only person that draws them. Oh, the tiny short one. Yeah, that one's pretty funny. The Trunk Bee. I think we called him Trunk Bee. You did. I think you missed. Did I not trunk? Uh-oh, that means Trunk Bee doesn't exist. I mean, we'd have to check. We'd have to go back to that date and see if the Aggie file is still up. I can look. I mean, if it's still on YouTube, you can just rip it off there. I'm pretty sure this is what I drew though. It was like Babar, wasn't it? I just drew Babar as a. People love Babar. With the Keyblade? What are we talking about? Hold on, everybody. I gotta check the Discord out real quick. Hold on. Oh, I hate that picture so much. It's sloppy. It's really sloppy. It's really sloppy. That's why I didn't post it. 1, it's Babar. 2, it's sloppy. Here's a better version for you, Dalcor. You can have. I'll even give him the tie back. I know that guy just got distracted, but I'll redraw that for you. There you can. There's your Trunk Bee. Business suit Trunk Bee. He's a character now. It's almost exactly Rugby's shape, but with a trunk. It's derivative, yeah, sure. That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, there was maybe I don't want to call somebody out, but I need to. There used to be someone that would come to all of the viewer suggestions and ask me to draw a tiny elephant. So I've had lots of practice drawing tiny elephants. So that exists. Ba, 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 ba. Finbar is Finbar, though. Finbar is the Twitch Run D&D game character. He is an Otterfolk warlock. Yep. People like Nebby want him dead, apparently. Bry is all over the place on making sure that Finbar lives and is dead. Give that Finbar a potion. Now attack him. It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, Talkor, there you go. There's your elephant. Nope, you're good. At least I can hear you. I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take this back and I'm going to put an actual. Not for me. Man, I want an underground house. That would be awesome. I lived in a basement apartment for a long time, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I didn't realize how much I liked it until I moved into a second story apartment, and I was like, oh dang, I miss my basement. Yeah. Alright, so I have this idea that the sword here is like just glued to the arm. Just like holding the blade because it doesn't matter. Yeah. Blip, 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 blip. elephant. Sorry, everybody. I just got really distracted and I did it away. Wait, I'm going crazy, or are there two 7 Stacy drafting at the same time? Yeah, so this is me. I'm over here. This is Jonas. Jonas is drawing over here. Jonas. There you go. Yeah. That looks great. That's great penmanship right there. Go check out Jonas Hips on Twitch. Throw money at him. Yeah, give him a follow. Everybody go follow Jonas Hips. Right now on Twitch. And then later we'll talk about oh man, if I could get every what's like the I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. It's not worth it. Not worth it. We'll talk about it later in Discord. We're getting somewhere with YouTube, which is really cool. That arm is so long. We're almost to 6,000 subscribers now, which is awesome. And now, if I could just get all of those subscribers to join the Patreon for $1, I'd be living pretty, and I could build that underground apartment house. I could build a hobbit hole. Yeah, right. Definitely go check out Jonas, though. Even though I want you to check out my Patreon page. Check out Jonas Hips on Twitch. Super good. That's the thing I like. Twitch is, I don't know if it's just Twitch or if it's Streamlabs. Maybe I just need to pay the money for Streamlabs, but I don't want to, you know? Because Streamlabs has all the functionality of like CloudBot and stuff, so I can like post all my links and I can do all that stuff in YouTube. Right, and so it's me being lazy, I think, is the problem. Okay, and so now because it's a barbarian, we need to get some. Can I get rid of this Babar? That's the thing I can do. Did you already screen cap it, Dalcor? I hope. There should be links to all of this in the listing. I hope. Let me double check. But I should put Jonas. I should put Jonas on there too. I can't shout out Sierra. I can't shout out Jonas. Very frustrating. I can. I have to go get the links and manually post them. I can't build macros. I don't believe. Maybe I can. If you guys know how to make macros for YouTube without using Streamlabs, please let me know. Because I don't know how to do that. Oh! Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the left side of the screen. If you really liked the right side of the screen and you were like, who's this schmuck on the left? Definitely go check out Jonas. Jonas does some great art. Sometimes I feel like it's the Jonas show because it's just like, man, Jonas is kicking my ass today. And that's totally fine. That could be the case. Why is this arm so big? Do you see how big this arm is? Holy crap. It's just a big slime. It's a big, giant barbarian slime arm. Yeah, let's get rid of Barbar. Let's get rid of it. Dalcor, I hope you're done. Trunk B is gone. No more Trunk B. Nah. It was. It was a Trunk B. Dalcor, your list got deleted. I don't know what that was about. Was that a... Whatever you just posted got deleted. Okay. Gotcha. I mean, so here's the weird thing. Twitch has really, really good banning functions, and I have not been able to do that as well with YouTube. I've definitely done it because I've had like a whole bunch of, want to be famous? It's like, get out of here. The other weird thing, though, and I think the reason that people aren't allowed to post links is because, like, YouTube is full of spam porn bots, which is really strange. Yeah, luckily they all get auto flagged now, but for a long time, all of my comments would constantly be like, "Whoa, did you see her boobs at 3:15?" I'm like, on my Luxodon video? What? Get the hell out of here. Stop putting links in the comments. Like, shady robots just being assholes. So I'm glad that I don't get link spammed all the time, because that is super annoying. But want to be famous? Yeah, Twitch is just nothing but want to be famous crap. No, thank you. I'm good. What did I have? I started something, and the first responses I got was like, "Hey, this is really good. Do you want to pay me money to advertise your content?" It's like, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Just, ugh. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Oh, yep. Oh, that's what we get. That's what we get for drawing slimes. Happy 200th episode, everybody. Like, great job. Great job. Gross. Gross. And people just like, and out. No more. No more. Oh. Okay. Now for the fun part here. Okay, so this is a barbarian. So we're gonna do, what, belts? Yeah, I wanted to do like a battle skirt or something. But, like, I don't know, maybe the slime can't wear it. Because that was kind of my argument in the video, the slime video. Was that they can't wear armor? Maybe they just got, like, just got a sword stuck in them. It's like, wham. Just have some arrows. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like greaves. I could see greaves, just like ooze stuck in greaves. Just like big old boots. Maybe a gauntlet. We could do a gauntlet. Holy shit, that would be cool. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. Yep, I think that's cool. Just like kind of filling in the armor. That's not going to look like metal. That's not going to look like metal at all. Oh well. Shiny metal. Here we go. Nah, I don't like it. Ah. Sure, yep. You just gotta, when you're an ooze, you just gotta eat what you got. And you gotta, you know, wear what you can wear. I'm gonna put some bones in here. Just get kind of a spine in here, get some hips. Yeah, you'd have to replace all the bones when they break. That's the fun part. Floaty bones. All right, I think that's probably a metal battle skirt. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I don't know. I think the greaves were a good idea. I might just leave it at that. Maybe I'll give her a breastplate. That could be fun. Just go back down here. Like come up here and do this. So it's just the... Oh, but then it covers up the bones. Blip. Just has arrows stuck in it. Just like, where'd you get that from? Found it. Found it on a guy. He wasn't using it. Fairly sure. Fairly sure wasn't using it. It's broken. I think that's probably what we're going to call it. well worn. It's just well-loved armor. Just super beat up. Well used. Well loved, not well cared for. Get a little more gooey tendrils over here. Okay. I think that's it. Thanks again, everybody, for being awesome. 200 episodes is awesome. We'll keep doing these on Wednesdays. I am over on Twitch a lot more than I'm not. So please go check out the Twitch channel. There's a link down below. Give that a follow. Check out Jonas Hips. He's done a great amount of work to make this channel possible as well. I want to make sure he gets lots of recognition. Yeah, we'll be over on Twitch more tomorrow. I think tomorrow morning. As well as keep your eyes open. If you haven't seen the newest Why You Should Play Mind Flayer video, definitely go check that out. It was a lot of fun to make. People are digging that one. I don't know. The next Why You Should Play video probably won't be out for 2 or 3 weeks. But there will be... I think I'm going to try to get some of the audio done over the next week or two. So please go check that out when it comes out. If you haven't seen the first episode of Blue Team, the Ash Font campaign, the audio is up for that. It doesn't have any real video. It just has me drawing the characters. But yeah, check that out. Wow, how would a slime wear gear? Cryptic, they just fill it up. You hold the gear, you smoosh yourself into it, and then you just throw it around. The real question is, do they need it? And I don't think they do. I think the armor is just aesthetics. But it would be like a balloon animal filling up a sock or a shoe. Put that in your brain somewhere and have fun with that. All right, so I'm gonna take off. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy. Go check out that YouTube. As well as if you're looking for a good box text, definitely check out Describe. They're also a sponsor of the show. There's a link down below if you want to check that stuff out for free. You can look at that. There's also a discount code that you can use, Rookzer0 at checkout if you want a discount on any of their products. And yeah, it's really cool. They basically create ways of... It's professional box text is what they call it, but what it is basically well-crafted descriptions of locations, fights, creatures, so that if you're struggling to describe something, they're the ones that will help you do that. So check that out for sure. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. Thanks again. Bye. I broke the end card because now it's the starting page.